Dade County street nigga, I'ma hold it down. 5120 each one I break down. Supply my whole hood, visions to supply the town. I'm talking about Palm Beach, Broward County, back down south. Vato get them pounds. JG Wentworth, I need that money now. Same day we get them in, same day we move them out, nigga.
Really happening, man. It's your boy OG Jigavelli. Man, listen, I got two guys that's got a lot of important things going on. Y'all probably already know who that is right there.
You did.
Yeah. AKA Easy E. Jason Mitchell, man. Know what I'm saying? And I got my man Gene Callaway right here.
Yes, sir.
Tell man, how y'all, what's going on? What bring y'all to Miami, man?
So we actually came because we got a special project, right? I came for ABFF, but we was like, man, let's link with guys like you know, to put the word out on what we really got going. We're building an Agrihood right now. And for those who aren't familiar with what an Agrihood is,
Yeah, take us there. What is Agrihood?
Yeah,
I'm from the hood. It might you might think that's some new work in the hood.
Right. Nah, man, it's a residential neighborhood that's incorporating farm-to-table living, sustainable farming, you know, all of that good stuff. We need to be able to grow our own food and take care of our own neighborhoods, right. You know? So we just trying to build some structure, man. And, you know, Gene is super passionate about this farming. He been doing it for, I don't know. How long you been farming, Gene?
About 40 years, man. You know, I'm getting on up there in age. Long time.
We know he from New Orleans.
Yeah.
Where you from, Jane?
I'm from East Texas.
Texas boy.
Yeah, Texas boy. We just happened to live next to each other.
Yeah.
We met a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
I guess now at the car wash of all places.
Right.
You know? Funny story. I had my Escalade through there, and there's a McLaren behind it, and my boy comes up and he's like, "Hey, is that your Escalade?" Yeah, is that your McLaren?
Right.
You got tatted up little black dude. I know you didn't play football, so you're a rapper or something, right? Right. Anyway, we hit it off. I had no clue who the dude was for 6 months. We were hanging out, having a good time. And he said something about an Agrihood, and I was like,
yeah, his eyes blew up.
Oh, it was his idea.
Well, both of us, we just had never heard nobody else talk like that before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So his eyes blew up like, what you mean?
yeah.
You know, elaborate a little bit, you know?
Right.
And then that's when I found out who he was. And I was like, yo, what the hell? You know what I mean?
He's from the city of New Orleans. I'm from the country in East Texas. But we had the same idea, and we didn't know it for like 6 months, you know? And I didn't know that he was Easy E. I mean, you think I watched The Shy?
No, Easy E was on Straight Outta Compton.
Correct.
Shy was a neighborhood.
Yeah.
You gonna keep roads, right?
So when I found out who he was, I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm gonna have to check this out, right?
Yeah.
So I started watching a couple of the movies, and like Mudbound, by far my favorite.
Right.
By far my favorite.
Mine too.
It's hard to watch though, because we were friends before I knew who he was, so I'm like, it's kind of weird watching him on screen.
And you know, y'all don't know about Mudbound, right? It was kind of like a black guy and a white guy becoming tight in that movie in a way.
Crazy symbolic, right?
Yeah, in a way, you know what I mean? So it's like a real life Mudbound.
Right, so we get together and we're talking about this Agrihood, and I'm like, listen, I'm tired of talking. Like, I don't do the talking part, right? I do the action part.
Right.
So it's like, you know, I got some land up at Lake Texas, up in North Texas. They want me to go in partners and just get 22 acres, and let's just do this thing.
Yeah.
You know what? Listen. There's a lot of white folks with land.
Man, everybody can do this. Like that's what we're pushing on this thing is you can go in your front yard. You've already got irrigation watering your plants, right?
Mm-hmm.
Put a blackberry bush, a blueberry bush, a strawberry. Up here, you know, mangoes and the citrus stuff can grow anytime.
Okay, we got the name. Kind of tell me how it's gonna work. Like, how is you gonna bring this? How we launch it? Get into the logistics. You know what I mean? Like,
Say it again. The logistics of it.
Right. My Miami keep like, tell me how it's gonna work and how it's gonna be brought to the community and how we gonna benefit from it. You know, by y'all idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Gene, you wanna jump on it?
Yeah, I'll jump on it. So what we're gonna do is we're building 10 houses. And we're primarily trying to do this for our vets with PTSD in the beginning to give them some transitional housing. Because a lot of our vets, when they get out of combat, they're lost. And that's why you see all the homeless vets out on the streets, which is a travesty. I mean, there's no reason for that to happen. But they don't have the access for any kind of transitional housing. They don't have purpose, right? Once you get out of the military, it's like, man, what do I do? You know, they're used to making their bed and putting their clothes on and everything iron and tight. They wake up one morning, it's like, I don't know how to handle my life. So we're trying to offer them something to where they come in. We're gonna have small 1-bedroom places. Each house is gonna have a chicken coop with 4 chickens. Each house is gonna have a 10x10 greenhouse. So they grow their own fruits and vegetables. They have their own eggs. We have a community garden for them to come together and grow produce. And then we have the agricultural part to where we rotate cows that they raise, and we got these big chicken tractors so they can raise chickens, and we rotate them off the land, so we do self-sustainable farming. Another good idea that we have is each house is going to have an indoor plant, and it's your responsibility to keep that plant alive for the next guy that comes in the next year.
That's cool. It's something that I may have not shared with y'all, but my followers know about me. I didn't serve in the service, right? But I came home with some PTSD, similar from being incarcerated, right? So as you're talking, I could see this benefiting for guys that come home trying to transition into a home, and I see layers to this.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
You can relate to what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, the thing about rehabilitation, just in general, is that it's more psychological than it is physical. Right. You know what I mean? And with PTSD, they had a couple guys who we interviewed, and the thing is, you can't just walk up and see if somebody has PTSD. You know what I mean? If you walk into the VA hospital and tell them people, hey man, listen, I feel like something wrong with me, well, they gonna say, when you walked in here, ain't nothing wrong with you. You got 2 legs, 2 eyes, everything moving, everything working. We can check you out. You seem perfectly healthy. But it's all psychological. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not around people who understand that, and then putting yourself in an environment where you can actually grow from that and talk about it and ground yourself and get some kind of therapy, it's gonna end up lashing out, right? It's just like any other electricity, right? If you don't ground electricity, when you plug something up, something gonna get hit. And it's the same thing with people. If you're not grounded, eventually you're gonna plug up to the wrong person and something gonna sparks gonna fly. Right. You know what I mean? So we definitely want that, bro. I mean, like, I went through Hurricane Katrina, dog. I remember being in hotels that was full of New Orleans people, and I'm talking about working class women who were school teachers and things like that, knocking on each other's doors, like, y'all got Tylenol PMs, I can't sleep. You know what I mean? Right. Like, we doing this, like, we starting with our veterans, but we want this for everybody, bro. Right. We want this for everybody because we gotta heal each other. You know what I mean?
But I'm for one. I'm glad that y'all considered the veterans first because they really went out and sacrificed one of the most biggest things, their lives. Right. I mean, for all the things that we may take for granted, right?
Absolutely.
Here. So that's a good way to start it. But like I said, it couldn't help but see how it could benefit so many other groups.
Everybody.
Yeah, and see, that's the beauty in it, because we can't do all of this ourselves, right? But we know we're trying to take this nationwide, and then after that, go global. But we know, look, boom, we can come to Miami and say, hey, listen, what can we set this up at? How do we get it cracking? You see what I'm saying? Because we about to put all of this on YouTube so people can learn this, so people can understand this. You know what I mean? So we're giving you the information for free. What you gonna do with it?
Right.
You know what I mean? And we don't need that much we don't need no money from you. None of that. We just need your time. That's it. Your time and attention. And you could go home with so much, man. Anybody can do this.
Hey, the way the economy going right now, the way that the price of eggs going. I'm in Miami. It's a lot of chicken coops going on. It's a lot of what you're talking about right now in the hood that's going on anyway, right?
Right.
But to you know what I mean, put it in position and put it in the forefront. I think the way that we heading with the global wars, far as trade things going on, you're gonna see a lot more people get into what y'all got going on.
And it's okay to make it cool, right? Like it needs to be a status symbol that I've got chickens and I'm growing my own vegetables and I'm growing my own fruits. And that's the most expensive stuff about the store anyway.
Right.
And you've already got a place to do that stuff, so why not?
I mean, I remember watching a lot of people don't know. I watch Dr. Oz, right? I mean, I remember watching him and like he's a millionaire. I mean, I think he's part of Trump administration now, some kind of way or whatever. But he's been big on his own garden, his own, and like he's been pushing the healthy way of life. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Growing your own food, having that relationship with the earth.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's important, man. People don't realize that, you know. And I'm not a big hippie type dude, right? But the fact is, you take your shoes off, you walk barefoot in your garden or mow your yard barefooted, you're grounding yourself, and you're gonna feel better. It's just, you have electricity in your body, so you gotta absorb that stuff out of the ground, and it ain't no bull BS.
Right, man. You talking about hey, listen. Let's go. We in the city, don't we? I look at Miami. Since we here, my city, I look at Miami as being. A lot of people say Miami City. I think we really country down here. Like we have real country. We're a city country. We got a lot of country roots to us. Yeah, you can walk around Miami. You see goats in the yards. You see chicken going on. You know what I mean? You see, we eat off, like you say, we eat off all our trees down here. Like you know what I mean? So I know that it would be a good fit in Miami, man.
Absolutely.
I know it'd be a good fit in New Orleans. I know it'd be a good fit in Texas.
In every neighborhood that you have, if you just get a few people on each street to rip the landscaping out and put in blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, tomatoes, jalapenos, whatever, easy stuff to grow that you're already watering already. These kids drive their bikes. My house, for example. The kids in the neighborhood dump all their bikes in my driveway, and they run up in my flower beds, and they pick all my blackberries, they pick all my blueberries, they pick all my strawberries, and I'm good with it. Right. Because I'd rather them eat that than the chips and the candy and all the garbage that they're putting in. You can't look like this eating that stuff, right? And mentally, the sugar is what's killing us. Right. You know? So get them away from the junk, and whoever watching this, you can do this at your house.
Right. You can do it. We gonna do it.
Exactly.
So other than that, like what else that we could expect from y'all too? I mean, like what else other than from this relationship right here that would grow from a car wash?
Hey man,
I'm been telling you names who you meet in the car wash.
My name's Satan is car wash guy.
Well, you put it in there like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't go back and change it yet. But no, that's my guy, bro. And I've been telling him since early on, like, you should be in front of the camera, bro. You should act. You know what I mean? But you know how your partners feel like you're jerking their chain a little bit. Like, yeah, he probably lied to me. I'm like, nah, bro, seriously. Right. You should be in front of the camera. So, around building this Agrihood, I was like, why don't we make our worlds collide? You know what I mean? You showing me how to farm, I'll show you how this production shit works. You know what I mean? So, we're going to put that together, and we got a beautiful show that's on the way, bro. I'm talking about, we about to walk everybody through this, we interviewing a bunch of people. It's like Follow Doc style, but it's dope. You know what I mean? Right. It's gonna be dope, bro. It's gonna be dope. We already got offers on it and everything. Hold on. I'm gonna hit you. Jay, I'm gonna call you because I think we're becoming friends. I remember talking about our early interview that I had with you. We were talking about changing our circle. Yeah, changing our friends. I think a friend should motivate you and push you. Sometimes someone sees outside to see what's in you. I think you do well on the camera, man.
Well, I mean, it went okay my first time, I guess. I was expecting the worst.
Small role, big role.
It turned into a full episode on my own on this thing. It went real quick from the director telling Jason that, okay, we're going to write the script around this guy, your friend, because I've been this route before, So I'm like, listen, I'm good sitting in the truck. I just want this to help people and this to do it, So my first little shoot, they're like, okay, you got to look at the camera, and it's the hardest thing to do, and it's going to take 5 or 6 times, and you don't be nervous. I'm like, man, just turn the damn camera on and let's get this thing done. Bro, I shut the tailgate, do my thing, and we got the cameraman and we got the director sitting there, and Jason's in the back with his phone filming everything, and I do my thing, and it's just silence. I'm like, oh shit, man, this ain't good. This can't be good. All of a sudden, Jason is jumping up and he's like, Ma, nigga, he's filming everything, and the director's like, well, I'm gonna go rewrite this now because we don't have to shoot around this guy. Right. So once he said that, I mean, he's my boy. I don't really, he's blowing smoke up my skirt all the time. But once you hear somebody else say it, it's like, damn, I'm guessing I have to try it now.
Yeah,
you
bro.
know. So he drugged me out here, and we're doing the premieres and the film festivals and the podcast, and it kind of feels natural, man. I think I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, we just gotta keep him up after 9:30.
Oh,
he on a farmer's schedule. He used to getting up at like 4:30 in the morning. I'm like, listen, we sleeping in and we staying out late.
Yeah.
We might get home at 4:30. You never know. You know what I mean? Welcome to Hollywood.
We already see who's the bad influence on who right here on this one, right? We already see who the bad influence. But you know what though? It's good to have that type of friend that'll move you sometime. Because sometimes we get so routinish and we miss out. As long as we being responsible, you might need to cut a rug. You're in Miami, bro. What goes on in Miami stays in Miami, bro. Like, hey, like don't turn him into don't turn him into a strip club type. Like, nah, man. But Winwood, man. You know, come on, we can't. Nobody comes to Miami going at 9:30, bro.
Right.
Hey, man, it's business.
What?
We're doing some business.
Hey, listen. This is a good relationship.
Man.
It's that check and balance going. I see what's going on.
Yeah,
Listen,
man.
we got in last night, and I'm like, bro, I'm closer to the time where I wake up and make my coffee than I am to going to bed. This is a problem. When the car right over here, and I'm just looking at him. I'm like, dude, I want to punch you in your mouth right now. I'm so tired. How am I going to do this movie premiere tonight? We got a dinner. We got podcasts. I'm like, this is my first podcast. And you guys up till 3 a.m.
And look at you, killing it.
Killing it, man. I appreciate, be honest with you, man. I really appreciate this being what they do.
Yeah.
Podcast being, I'm gonna give you a little history on what they do. As the title of my podcast, right? In Miami, every city, you know, this some hood stuff. In every city, there's a language. There's a type of, you know, that New Orleans they'll say baby, or they got a little slang to it. In Miami, what they do mean what's up.
Oh, okay. See?
So when somebody walk up and say, say what they do. They not asking you what they do. They asking you what's up. Yeah, man. But
Nice to meet you.
Right. But I'm honored, man, to for y'all to have chosen what they do podcast to you know, to share, you know, the amazing things that y'all got going forward. That hood, the farming, the agriculture, you know what I mean, supporting our vets. The relationship between you and him, like that's a fucking story in general. Like there's so much hate going on, division going on.
Exactly. It's burning with that shit. Like, stop it. You know, Gene asked me such a real question, right? Because like, you know, either it's his house or my house, but like as a family, we all come together, kids, everything, right? And eat dinner, you know, shoot the shit, and say race jokes and all of that. And he said one day, he was like, you know, I didn't own a slave. My dad didn't own a slave. His dad didn't own a slave. So when does this shit stop? You gonna treat my kids like this? You gonna treat their kids like this? And that shit is deep, bro. For real. Because it is.
It's over 400 years now.
Exactly.
That shit the rest.
Exactly. It is a lot of people with blood on their hands, true enough. Right? And there was a lot of fucked up shit that happened. But like, let's be honest. When are we gonna be like, okay, let's put that shit behind us and move on. You know what I mean? Because who really want to live in a world with just black people, just white people? You know what I mean? Like, who want to live in a world without tacos? Like Trump. Stop the bullshit. You know what I mean? But in real life, man, we all need each other. We can all learn something from each other. You know? So I think it's important for us to stop letting everybody else thoughts and projections and all of that be the reason why we move the way we move. That don't make no sense.
You know, let me cut in right quick on that right there, right? I totally 100% agree. Because I never had it put to me the way that he put it to you. Like, my kids didn't own no slave. I didn't own no slave. My grandparents owned. Like, we're into like what? I think it's over 400 years now, right?
Yeah.
I think the only people that still gonna hang on to that type of hatred or that type of division is people that's not taking the opportunity of what our people went through to get us to where we could say like Dr. Martin Luther King.
Exactly.
Right.
You think you got hitting rocks?
Yeah.
Be sliding on each other?
That's what I'm saying. We doing more damage to ourselves than Klan ever did.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's just an excuse at this point.
Exactly.
It's just an excuse.
Exactly.
For failing.
People
for not getting
be
ahead.
afraid to grow for real. You know what I mean? Like survivor's remorse was the biggest issue that I had in my own career, bro. I felt like I had to dumb myself down to be around people who I grew up with. Like, why I gotta overcompensate and reach back that far when I'm going this way? Why you want me to turn around and reach back? Like, I don't even gotta slow down for you to catch up for real, because I done paved the way for you already. You know what I mean? But a lot of people are so afraid to fail that they would rather sit back and talk shit and make it easier. But they really be the weak people. The weak people sit back and talk about other people's problems.
Right.
I don't have time to think about other people's problems.
Right.
You know what I mean? My kids can't eat these bullshit conversations. Exactly.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I just feel like, we're trying to lead by example. And that's just what it is.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's why, like, we're going to do everything from the Hood podcast, and I'm going to get us on Joe Rogan. You know what I mean?
We gonna figure it out. Being the token white guy on all these, all the black podcast stuff, this is we're bridging the divide right now.
Exactly.
Hey, man,
I'm good with it.
we at a point in America now, man, is have-nots, poor and rich. Me personally, I look at the fact that Trump is an opportunist.
Oh, facts.
Trump is where the money resides.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's so much of hate. Trump, if you remember before he became president, Trump was in hip hop music, doing this, doing that.
I'm still waiting for the Source magazine cover to pop up. It was back to back with somebody on the Source magazine. I'm like,
let's do it like this, though. I've been in the system, right? And before they bring me out to judge me, the judge already have my folder, right? And he would already have his decision or thought pattern on how he was going to deal with me, right? If we didn't know Trump was a white guy, and we just had to go off a folder,
oh man,
based upon the things that Trump do, right? Insane.
Definitely a gangster.
He's a hood nigga coming out of there.
Exactly. He's a hood nigga for sure. And he just got shot, didn't he? He just got shot. Then jumped up and threw the black fist up.
Hey, come on, man. Just pardon Larry Hoover.
Yo, man.
See, young boy.
Exactly.
And all his homeboys get away from the White House.
Right. Look.
So I mean, so I don't look at I hate who hate me, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm neighborly, I'm respectful, no matter what race, creed you are. If you show me a form of hate, I'm returning that energy.
Right.
I'm not no punk. I'm not gonna let you disrespect me.
Right.
You show me love and respect, I'm gonna show you love and respect.
Right. No matter what.
It goes so
We
far.
more of that these days and less of the coddling and be like, oh, I'm sorry that you don't like me. No, man, fuck you.
Right.
If you're gonna act like that, I don't need you in my life.
Right.
That's why we work well together, because we didn't know. 6 months I didn't know he was even an actor. You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't care. He's just a good dude.
Right.
And then somebody's like, do you know who he is? I'm like, you know who I am?
Right.
So that it is, man. And I guess the bottom line is invite more white people to the barbecues, and maybe you'll find out there's some decent white dudes out there.
Right.
We gotta see, and y'all gotta come to the black people barbecues, because we don't start cooking until late. So maybe y'all can learn how to make potato salad.
Listen, no race.
I can't right now, man.
He called me. He's like, hey, man, we're having a barbecue. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm in. I don't know if you can edit that shit out. I'm in bed, covered up. My phone's on my little holder. It's 11 o'clock at night, and you're grocery shopping? I was like, no.
He in there rubbing his feet together.
It seems to me, man, like we need to see more of these guys, man. Like I think America need to see more of these guys. Y'all, what can they see? Like the project.
So listen, we're gonna make it real simple for y'all, right? You can follow my page at Jason Mitchell Actor. Follow Gene Callaway. You're gonna get him off my page either way it goes. You know what I mean? You find one, you're gonna find the other. But we're gonna give y'all something beautiful on YouTube. And like I said, all we need is y'all time. All we need is y'all time. We're gonna make it real simple for y'all. And if you want to support us and hate what we doing, all you gotta do is push play, put it down, and go clean the kitchen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, man. But we got a lot of this on the way, bro.
You said something big right there, man. Like you can hate it or love it. Just pay attention and comment. Just
Exactly.
man. Like
exactly.
is he texting down there? Right. What he's talking about? Right there.
Even if you hate it, put it in the comments.
You watch it. It's bigger than Jason. It's damn sure bigger than me, right? I mean, I'm not even on the little website thing that the famous person site. What's that site?
IMDb.
Yeah, there you go.
You love me though. You got a credit now,
The point is that we can help people.
Yes.
That's bigger than Jason. That's bigger than hating me. That's bigger than loving him. That's bigger than any of that stuff. And all you got to do is watch 51% of each one, and that'll help us out and help the vets. And we will have a 501c coming out for the people that do want to support monetarily.
Yeah.
And it'll be open books on our website.
Some people might not know what that means with 501c.
So it's a nonprofit. It's a nonprofit. Yeah. So it's a nonprofit. So if you give $5, you can write up on your taxes. The problem with the nonprofits is like out of $1, 90 cents of it goes to the administration fees. We're going to do the opposite of that. So we're going to have open books on our 501c nonprofit. So on our website every Friday, you can see where every single dollar is going.
Wow.
And we're not making a living off the nonprofit. We're using it costs money to run a nonprofit. Right. You got to have gas, you got to have materials, you got to have this, you got to have that. But we're not making $100,000 a year piece off of it. That's not where we're making our money. We're gonna
say the Clinton Foundation.
Yeah, all these scams, man. You know,
we bought 3 million coats.
This ain't the Clinton Foundation that robbed Haiti.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I think it's important for us to have transparency on the donation side of it, but we're not asking. I mean, we'll take it. You know, we need the money to make it work.
Right.
Don't have to have it, but would love to have it. The main thing is the viewership, man.
You just told them though. You just told them. You can write it off in your fucking taxes.
You can.
Yeah, you can.
And this is Miami, dude. Lots of people need a write-off.
But that's it, man. What They Do podcast is a non-profit organization too, and put that in there too.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Nigga said, look, like, subscribe and donate, right? One of these corners, we're gonna put up something on CSOD.
Keep doing what they're doing, man. Bringing these type of relationships and stories to What They Do podcast, man. Don't start hanging out in the car wash. You're not gonna meet. I mean, you might. I think this relationship was built up top, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I see God working in y'all, man, through y'all, man. I know. Like most people, when they get to your level, bro, you an A-lister.
Yeah.
In the hood, in Hollywood. You know what I mean? Your work speaks for itself, but you an A-lister in the big book, man. You know what I'm saying? Because generally, I'm not generally like most people. I got homeboys that's local celebrities, like, and they be like, bro, come do my podcast, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm working with the kids. They see me out here working, like, and they play around, play games. You from New Orleans, and you just understand. You know what I mean? A brother trying to do right, do what he's trying to do, and you came through. You gave me your time.
Yeah.
You gave me this guy right here. You gave America this story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? God has definitely got you in the book, man. It's a pleasure, man.
I appreciate you saying
honestly,
that,
man. Come on, man. I'm gonna give you a rose. I'm not gonna wait till I'm not gonna wait till I'm gonna cry the card.
Nah, that's real though. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Because too many times I think like, you know, we're afraid to do that. You know, we had a latrine going in New Orleans. Shout out to Baby A. He started it. You know, he started as just like a hype man, right? But then him and Rob 49 got real close. You know, he helped break his career. But he would do this thing where he like get a bouquet of flowers and just take it to somebody. Like, and I want to give you your flowers before you pass. You know what I mean? Or before it's too late. You know, I want to do it now. So I think, man, I really appreciate that, bro. Like,
I'm giving verbal flowers. I don't want to miss it. I don't want him to take it the wrong way. The way things swinging nowadays.
We ain't gonna go on a date. You know what I mean? But I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. What do you know? Most importantly, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow. Let's get this thing trending, man. Make it cool, like bruh said, man. I'm all for the health. You ain't gonna get, in the gym. I do the rec y'all open type of thing. I'm always pushing health. What's good is the money if your health is deteriorating and your family life is deteriorating. It's a pleasure having y'all, man. You know what I mean? Anything y'all want to lead the people with before we go?
mean, I expect rose petals in my bed tonight after that.
What's up with the roses, man? Hey, man, it's been great, man. Y'all make sure y'all keep it out on What They Do podcast. Information I will post in the bio. Y'all can see where y'all can follow, support. Do it for our events, man. Do it for the culture. Do it just because it look good, man. This is the new America right here, man. We burying all that pain, all that hate and everything. We're trying to find solutions for our kids, or we won't have America as it, you know what I mean, as period. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Let's throw all that on the compost pile. You know what I mean? And we're gonna grow some flowers with it. We're gonna grow some crops with it. We're gonna grow some major things. You know what I mean? And right now we just planting trees that we might not never sit under the shade of, you know, but it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. And June 19th, you'll be able to see it. It'll be on YouTube. It's free to you. We're giving you all the information, and like, please follow us on this journey, because like, we're doing this for y'all. We're nothing without y'all. So we love y'all.
There you have it. Hey man, before I let them go, we need to know where we gonna see your debut at, what the movie is, cause I want to see you act. Because I see that you're doing well.
Any cop movie on the way?
Yeah, we got something working on. I mean, he's talking me into it, man. So I guess I'm gonna have to do it.
I think you do good, man.
On the 19th, my little face will be up on that screen.
Yeah.
Turn it around if you want to. Just make sure you keep it playing. I think I got an episode of my own that we're doing some cooking and some explanation on the benefits of contacting your local ranchers to get your beef instead of getting it from the grocery store. That's kind of where my knowledge comes into. So we'll see. If people like it, maybe we'll just propel it upwards.
There it is, man. Y'all have it, man. Keep it locked. What They Do podcast. I got these fellas in here, man. They gave us what they gonna give us, man. Y'all support, follow, like you said, man. Donate.